Hello everyone, so today we are going to learn about layers in Photoshop. But before that, let me change something. As you can see that the interface of my Photoshop is quite small and it would be very difficult for you to see everything which I am doing. So what I am going to do is just make the whole interface of Photoshop really big so that it would be easier for you guys to follow what I am doing. This is something which I do when I am making tutorials, so it would be better for you if you stick to the original interface size. So in the next frame you will see a much bigger interface. So as you can see that everything is really big now. So as I mentioned before, we are going to learn about layers today. So as you can see that I have two images over here. One is on top of the other one. We call them layers. The bottom layer is an image of a sky, and on top of that there is another layer which I have removed from here, and it looks like that they both are blending in a little. So let me show you how I did it. We can simply close this file by clicking on this cross and it will be closed. Let's go to file again and click on open and click on Photoshop beginners course. So these are basically course files which you can download from the description. If I click over here, this is the zip file you will get, Photoshop beginners course Talhavati, and when you will extract it, you will get all of these files. So here you can see how to use layers in Photoshop. This is the second one which we are doing. Just double click on it and here you will see all the resources, both the images and the design file. So let's open up these two images. We will simply select them and hit open. So both of these images are open in Photoshop now. This one and this one. So what I want to do is just simply drag this image on top of this one. But before that I will have to unlock this image. I will simply click on this lock to unlock it, and now I can simply drag it and drop it on this image. So as you can see that this one is on top of this one. So I can align it. So every text, shape or object is basically a layer in Photoshop. Since this layer is on top of this one, that is why we can only see it. If I also unlock this one and I move it to the top, now since this one is on the top, so we can only see this one. I can also move it to the side and reveal the bottom one. Or what if I want to blend in both of the images? Let me just move it back and move it to the bottom. Now I will select the top layer. And here in the tools panel there is an eraser tool. By the way, if I click on this arrow, all of the tools will be shown in two columns. So here is the eraser tool. I will simply click on it. And using the eraser tool, I can erase a part of an image. So since this is the image I want to remove, if I simply draw on it, it is like a brush. So what is happening is when I remove all of this area, I can see the bottom layer. So I will remove it from the middle so that a blend effect will occur in both of these images. So it looks like that they are practically blending into each other. I can also hide these layers. If I click on this eye over here, just click on it and this layer is hidden now. I can bring it back by clicking over here. I can also hide the bottom layer if I click on this eye. So now what we are seeing is called transparency in Photoshop. This basically means that there is nothing below this layer. Since we removed a part of this layer, so we can only see transparency below it. I will simply turn it on again so that we could see that blend again. So this is how you use layers in Photoshop. I will see you guys in the next class.